Good morning, I'm Grace Thompson, and today I will be talking about special needs education. My research question was, to what extent do the accommodations given to elementary school students in Florida play a role in their social life and their reading and math scores? The two main special needs I focused on in my research was autism and ADHD. Autism is a mental condition present in early childhood characterized by difficulty in communicating and forming relationships with other people and in using language and abstract concepts. ADHD is a chronic condition marked by persistent inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. School for special needs students is really hard. According to Kate Garnett, students with disabilities are among the most vulnerable at chronic risk for not learning of the aforementioned conditions, for long-term academic and social problems, and for lifelong debilitating side effects of their classroom experiences. Thankfully for special needs students, there are two things that can help them in their school: IEPs and VIPs. An IEP is an individualized education program or plan that ensures a child who has a disability identified under the law attending school receives specialized instruction and related services. A VIP is a behavior intervention plan. It is the written plan used to address problem behavior that includes positive behavioral interventions, strategies, and support. Examples of accommodations are individualized testing with help if the student may need it, and a full-time aide if the student is very disabled. Sometimes the IEPs can go wrong and students or schools will neglect their IEP, and this year the Supreme Court saw a case of that. Andrew F. versus Douglas County School District revolved around a fifth grader named Andrew who was autistic. He was attending a public school, and his parents believed that he wasn't getting the necessary education and resources he needed based on his IEP. Because of this, they sent him to a private school, which was $70,000 per year. According to the IDA, a student with special needs is allowed to go to a private school, and this school will pay for the child because he has disabilities. But the school did not pay for the $70,000 a year, so they took it to the Supreme Court and just challenged the fact that they weren't paying for it, so they needed to. In this Supreme Court case, it worked out for them because they had the school paid for and the education for special needs students increased because of this case. I did an interview with a mother named Jessica. She has a sixth grader named Jack. He is an autistic kid with dysgraphia, dyscalculia, and ADHD. This past year, the school kind of neglected his IEP, and he didn't get his medicine. Part of his plan was to, every day at 12, he would go and take his ADHD medicine, and without it, he really can't focus. So because the school didn't give him his ADHD medicine, he acted out, and he ended up in handcuffs in the back of a cop car. This totally neglects every single thing to his IEP, and things escalated from there, and he ended up trying to be Baker acted. Baker acted is just like, it's like you, I don't really know how, like you're put in a room by yourself for 72 hours or 48 hours, and you're just alone by yourself, trying to get yourself to calm down. This is illegal according to the Baker Act because kids with special needs are not allowed to be Baker acted. So Jessica, the mom, sued the school district and she won, and now Jack is placed in a better school with a full-time aide, and that's how his story played out with his IEP going wrong. How special needs accommodations impact their math and reading scores. The special needs kids fall in the level 1 category, and it goes all the way up to level 5. Level 1 is the worst category, and for South Florida schools in 5th grade, their FSA scores for reading was only 22%. That was their average. And for their math average, it was 42%. This is nowhere near even half of the kids passing, so we need some solutions to fix this problem. The solutions are more time to complete work, recess time so they can get all their energy out and just get away from school, patience with the students, and not treating the student different because of their condition. Thank you. What questions do you have?
2 questions. First up, what information did you need before you began your research?
Before I began, I needed to know what disabilities or special needs I wanted to talk about and how those accommodations play into their school life. So I had to research or know about autism and ADHD and what accommodations they got based on those.
All right, and next question. If you had more time, what additional research would you do?
If I had more time, I'd probably go into other disabilities. Like in this, I talked about ADHD and autism, but I wanted to talk about cerebral palsy and other types of disabilities. So if I had more time, I'd do that.
All right, cool, thank you.